Thank you so much for coming out and joining me at, come what's by like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm the guy in the purple coat. I'm not wearing a top hat. I'm too tall for that. Give you a little background about myself. Born and raised in St. Louis. I've developed over 100, 150 projects throughout the city and the county. A lot of them gut rehabs, like what this project is going to be. Today I have, give or take, about 500 units. I love St. Louis. I'm extremely passionate about it. Anybody that follows me on LinkedIn, I love it. So thank you so much for coming out. I want to tell you a little bit about this building. So this was built back in 1906. Used to be a car dealership. And as we get to the front, you can see where it was a car dealership and they had the cars out front. This back part was more of an administrative part. And then upstairs is where they used to have a ramp where they put the cars at nighttime. We have 10 units upstairs that are already completed. And then on the bottom here, we're going to be fitting in 19 units. So everything that you see right here is not going to exist. We're going to be starting construction at the end of July, and we're projected to complete the project in 6 months after that. I'm going to take you guys on a tour now, so bear with me, follow me around, and we're going to walk to the front, and then we'll kind of work our way back. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on real quick. I have 2 little kids, so it's probably easier for me to yell than talking to a microphone because I'm used to doing that with them. A little bit about this space and why I wanted to do it. When I'm looking at a neighborhood that I want to invest in, I look for 3 things. I look for universities, I look for parks, and I look for hospitals. You're probably asking yourself, why those 3 things? These are 3 things that will never leave. These are 3 things that will constantly bring in an influx of new people over and over and over again. So that's what really attracted me about the Central West End. It checked the box on all those 3 things. And the thing that I liked about this location was kind of an oasis in many respects. It's a very large commercial building. It's around 26,000 square feet, located in the middle of this beautiful residential area. It's extremely rare that you're going to find something like this. The other thing that I liked about it was the parking ratio that it had. It has 35 parking spaces. So in the city, you have a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every 1 apartment that you have to have another parking space that matches it. So in this particular building, I'm adding 19 units to this entire floor going this way and that way, and then over that way. So we easily fit in within the parking requirements, and then we have some extra on top of that. The other things that I liked about this project, I love the fact that it was already rehabbed back in 2008. So knowing that, I know that a lot of the remediation work was already done on it, which is a massive benefit. The other thing that I liked a lot was that it had a huge water service coming into it. The building was already sprinkled, so now all we have to do with these sprinkler lines that you see above your head here is just run trunk lines off of them, and it literally saves me 6 figures by having all of this in place already. There haven't been too many surprises so far. Our goal is to start construction at the end of July. It will take us ballpark 6 to 7 months. I'm a forward thinker about everything that I do. And so I knew starting last year, rates were going to go up and they were going to go really fast. We had way too much that we put on the credit card. You have to pay that back. And so I knew that the Fed was going to push rates up very, very quickly. So when I approached my banker about doing this deal, I made sure that we locked into a low interest rate for a 7-year period of time. So my note on this building is a non-recourse note at 3.75% for 7 years. The reason why I want to do that is I want to make sure that I have that longevity, that if the shit hits the fan in this country in terms of interest rates, I'm not worried. It does not affect me. Everybody else has to raise their rents. I can undercut them all day long, and I am still profitable. And that's the way that my portfolio is across the board. So whatever is coming up over the next 6, 7 years, it will not affect my business. So continue to work hard. Please let me know if you have any questions, and love to take you guys around on the tour. Thank you. We're going to try to, yeah. And then we'll just trunk down the HVAC like they have right here. So I made an agreement with him, and I was like, sure, you can do that. And then, yeah. One of the tricky things that we have to do is we have to cut a couple doorways in on the facade right here. So we have to do the front a little bit, but Cultural Resources hasn't pushed back on us too much. If you can get by with not doing incentives, I encourage you not to do them. I'm not doing historic tax credits on this. I'm not asking for an abatement. I can start this project right away, no questions asked, no one's telling me what to do. And that's kind of how I like to run my projects. Now we're going to go in the back and I'm going to show you some more of the project. Now, when you go into that front part of the building, that's not normally what people walk into when they're doing one of these conversions. That's really easy to look at that and go, all right, now I can add some walls here and I can do this and I can do that. What makes it hard is when you come into a space like this, where it's already all built out and your eyes are kind of thrown off a little bit because the canvas essentially has already been painted by somebody else. So you have to look past this, you have to look at it as if everything is demoed around you, and then what does this look like and how many units can you fit here? The first time that I came down to this project, my uncle, who's a farmer, one of the things he taught me was how to measure things out with my feet. And so I literally was walking around every single part of this space to get an idea of how many units that I could fit into it. And once I had that number in my mind, I knew the deal could work. So, like I said, when you walk into a space like this, don't pay attention to what you see, pay attention to what it can be. So, you know, spend 5 to 10 minutes, walk around, and then we're going to head off to Schlafly Tap House. Tap Room? Yes. Yeah. So thank you very much, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions now or at the tap room, you know, whatever you guys want. So thank you again. Thanks.